found your phone.
We found your phone.
We found your phone. He found your phone. He found your phone.
He found your phone.
And we found your phone. We found your phone.
In the baby section.
We found your phone at
In the baby
Walmart.
section.
We found your phone.
Oh, you're going to love the backstory here. A family in Florida recorded that video on a stranger's phone they found before turning the phone, of course, back in. The phone owner posted the freestyle song on TikTok, and of course, because it's the age we live in,
Oh, yeah.
it went viral real quick. Brilliant idea, though. Little smile, because you're so happy to
Hilarious.
get your phone back. That probably made
Hilarious.
him smile and laugh even harder.
Oh, yeah, you keep that video, thank all those folks. Maybe some future rappers there, all those kids in that video. Yeah.
Yes, and as someone who's lost
Oh, your phone.
20 to 30 iPhones
Oh, no, how
and
do you
20 to
lost
30 debit cards and keys and my wallet on a gas pump.
Rob.
Thank you to all the people over the years who have returned them, most of it to me. So,
Are you forgetful?
ooh, I'm bad about that. Keys and phone. Oh, it's horrible. That's another. That's another story. We'll do a special episode. Me
I'm
losing
helping
things.
Rob find his phone.
And your dog's
Keys-
bladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Save that for sweeps. All right, time to introduce you to a magic maker, a good person doing good things. And today, great example, Colorado man who's using the skills that he's honed over decades as a saddle maker to now help vets coping with disabilities.
Yes, Diane Duraby is sharing this story with us.
Bob Brenner says he would not have had an interest in saddle making if it was not for a girl.
Girls get you into all types of problems. I was in the banking industry in Denver, and I traveled around to various banks, and I met a young lady in one of the banks. She was the cashier. She was a barrel racer. Her father ran a dude string.
He says one day he noticed a horn on a saddle needed to be restitched.
And her father looked at me and said, well, can't you do that? I got a book on how to hand stitch. I got 2 needles and an awl and some thread, and I stitched it up.
2 years later, he decided to make his first saddle. Her father, once again, putting on the pressure.
And he told me one day, he says, well, why can't you do that? And so I took one home, I tore it apart, and that winter I built 20 of them by hand.
Did you marry her?
No.
That love may have faded, but his passion for saddle making did not. Now, 45 years later, he's nearing 1,000 custom saddles made. Each one takes about 3 months to make.
As you wet the leather, you shape the leather, and then you have to let it dry.
Patience and perseverance, qualities that help the 79-year-old connect with the veterans he now volunteers to teach his craft.
A lot of times, they can talk to me when they can't talk to other people.
Brenner himself, a Vietnam War Army combat vet.
I'd been there, and so, you know, you're sort of part of a club, so to speak.
I'm from a little town called Omaha, Arkansas, 186 people.
J.D. Richardson spent 12 years in the military.
I served in the Air Force as a SEER specialist.
What is that?
Survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. So we teach everyone from aircrew members to special operations folks how to live off the land and deal with the bad guys.
On his last jump from an airplane, he shattered his neck and was medically retired. Since then, Brenner has helped him master his hobby as a wooden stirrup maker.
I think there's about 3 other folks in the country that do it, and I'm just one of those guys.
Richardson also works with the Remount Foundation to connect other vets with Brenner.
The Remount Foundation helps veterans and warriors through equine assisted therapy.
It's just one of several organizations that help connect vets with Brenner. He also works with the Semper Fi Fund and the Mounted Color Guard at Fort Carson.
And I knew the sergeant down there, and one day he just sent a guy up. Says, hey, we need this, so he came up, and that sort of started it, and I would work with guys and stuff like that.
That was 18 years ago, and since then, he's made an agreement with his customers. The vets come first, custom orders second.
I was a Vietnam veteran, and I saw that, and I said, no way was I going to see these guys treated that way.
Oh, I think you got to love that policy, right? The vets come first.
Makes sense. He's staying true to mission, and because he can connect, because he's a vet himself. I love that story for a couple of reasons. One, we just did a story about older folks needing assistance later in life.
Right.
He's 79, still going strong, which is impressive.
Incredible.
And who thought it took 3 months to make
make
one
a
saddle?
saddle? I know.
I was like, wow. And he's done 1,000 of them?
Yeah.
That's labor intensive.
Yes.
3 months, a quarter of the year to make one saddle, and he's done 1,000.
That's remarkable.
Hey, man.
That's really remarkable. Yeah, well, and the equine therapy, we've talked about that on the show. Like that seems to be like becoming kind of a thing. I mean, who knew? But so many good facets to what he's doing and supporting others. And yeah, it's like we can't forget about our veterans. That's really great.
Absolutely.
I love that when they get to board a plane first, or when they should. Parking. I love parking spaces for our veterans. They give their lives and
they do
in service of our country.
Serve in a way that most could not or would not.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Some of us are not that brave, or other reasons can't do it or won't do it. So, they deserve everything that we can do for them. So, and that's just a little small slice of life there to show you one guy who obviously is taking that to heart, right?
Right. Amen. Good luck to him. Well, before we take a quick break, and now we want you to check out this new digital art projection on the iconic sails of Australia's Sydney Opera House. The 17-minute projection, titled From the Sails, Light Years, is to celebrate the venue's 50th anniversary.
Beautiful.